Welcome into this week's Coyote Net Report. I'm here with Coach Leanne Williamson. And Coach, it's been a couple weeks since we spoke, and the team just came off a 3-match in 5-day stretch, which, if you go back, was a 4-match in 8-day stretch to open conference play. Just talk about some of the challenges the team faces during a stretch like that, where you don't really get to practice, and then this time we were on the road.
It is tough. I mean, it's most teams obviously are going to have a situation like that at some point in time throughout the season. Ours just happened to come at, more so at the beginning of the year. I do think it's difficult just because it's less about necessarily the game day stuff. It's more about the fact that we don't have some of those practices in between some of those matches to make major changes. I mean, we're talking about pre-game practices, so they're not always as long. We got to make sure that we're able to play matches at a really high level and be rested and recovered. So there's a little bit less of that practice time. I do think that some of the challenges is being on the road, just literally playing in somebody else's gym. We all know it's easier to play at home. So when you have to do two at the end of that stretch in other opponents' gyms, that can be difficult, which I think proved to be a little bit of a challenge for us on both of those days. Obviously, one coming out in the positive and one coming out in the negative. But I think just being away, having to worry about the school portion of it. And obviously there's student athletes and they're doing a great job of that kind of throughout, but it still creates some different challenges as we go.
And through that 4-game and 8-day stretch, the Coyotes sit at 3-1 in league play. Coming off a big win in Kansas City, another 5-setter. I mean, what can you say about the Roos and the Coyotes going 5 sets? And how big was Sammy's kind of coming back? I mean, having a big contribution.
Yeah, I mean, to go back to Thursday just a little bit, I think we were all pretty disappointed in just the way we played, and not taking anything away from Oral Roberts. They played a really good game versus us, but we felt like there were some more things that we could have controlled that we just didn't. I think we got stressed, we got a little bit frustrated with it, and didn't handle that extremely well. So for us to make that switch and come out on Saturday and come out with the win, I think was huge. But we actually said at the beginning of Game 5 it wouldn't be Kansas City if we weren't going 5. That just kind of seems to be our theme right now with them. But as much as we would have loved to be able to close out that third set, and I think we had some opportunities, we were just a little bit more high error in that set. I was really happy to see our team respond the way they did. And, even in the fifth set, we were down 9-6. And at that point, once we side out, never lost the ball again, and went on a 9-point run. And that's huge. I mean, that's hard to do as it is, but whether you're at home or on the road, but obviously way harder when you're on the road. So really proud of, the resiliency through that set and that match. And Sammy had a great match. She had a great night, and it was something that we really needed. We felt like there were some matchups that we could take advantage of on the outside, and she was a big part of our success through that, and I think not just offensively, because I think a lot of people look at the box score and look at the kill number or the hitting percentage, but she was able to slow down their right side a little bit more, slow down their middle a little bit more, and that at times, blocking wise, makes a big difference for not only our defense on our side, but just the team overall. So, I think she had a big match, which I was happy for her to have. I think she kind of needed that going into this next stretch.
And you look at, obviously, the right side for Kansas City is the Summer League Player of the Year from last year, and Melanie Brechka, who plays on that right side. And you limited her to, I mean, in a 5-set match, she had less than 15 kills. So just looking at some of the numbers from this week, 3 matches against North Dakota State, Oral Roberts, and Kansas City, Sammy had 38 kills, right behind Junkie with 40, Mason Harms with 34, Amy Adams with 21, and Maddie Wingfield with 16. But I think what jumps out is Madison Harms' 448 hitting percentage, coming off of a career high 16 against Kansas City. And obviously her and Sammy, like you said, both had 12 blocks, which is one a set.
Yeah, Harms had a great weekend, and I think just as the season progresses, you're going to really see her, be able to take over some matches, and you don't see that in middles very often. It's a lot harder to get them the ball as often, and then obviously if we are pushing them a little bit more, it tends to bring their hitting percentage down, but that definitely wasn't the case for her this weekend, especially on Saturday against a very good Kansas City team. So she's going to be a big part of our offense, but I think the thing that people, again, don't always see is how much it opens up other people as well. Even with Kansas City, there were times that they were staying in, their middle was staying in on her. They would, what we would say, hedge, kind of get in front of her if she went behind or if she was running certain sets. And with that, it opens up other people on the pins. So, really happy for her. And, looking back even at the beginning of the season when we didn't have her that first weekend, I think the people that were playing did a great job. But, Harms just has a really, really good presence about her. And obviously she's doing a great job on the court. But I think she's very fun and easy to play next to as well. And I think people enjoy being around her. So I think she kind of lightens the mood in a lot of situations. And it's something that definitely doesn't go unnoticed.
And looking ahead to this week, a couple of days here to rest and recover and actually practice ahead of Thursday's match at the Pentagon. Then we have Saturday at home against Western Illinois and Monday against North Dakota. Another 3-day and 5. So how big is this first couple of days here to prepare for? A match in the Pentagon where we haven't been since April.
Yeah, this week is important for us, and really looking at this next 2-week stretch. And you talked about the next 3 matches coming up, but even after that, we've basically have one practice to prepare for that next weekend as well. So we're really just trying to take it one day at a time. But this week of practice is important for us to be able to make some of the changes that we saw us struggle with this weekend. And I will say, I think our team did a really good job of responding, even just from Thursday to Saturday, and we challenged them in a couple different areas to, really buy into making a switch. And when we went on our biggest runs, and even in that 5th set when we went on that 9-point run, some of the things that we had talked about were the things that we did really well. So those are things that we need to capitalize, we need to continue to get better at. But that's what this season is sometimes figuring out when you need to back off a little bit, sometimes knowing when you can push a little bit more, and obviously getting better is important, but so is that rest. So we're looking forward to being up at the Pentagon. I think we've always had a really good turnout out there. From what I know, I think about 1,300 tickets have already been sold, which is incredible. Really looking forward to just being in that arena. Obviously, we've had a lot of success in the Pentagon as well, but being able to step on the court again and show our fans just kind of who we are. And we love playing in front of our home fans. We love being able to play at a high level, and obviously, being our first time playing St. Thomas, I think it's a great opportunity. So practice up there tomorrow and be as prepared as we can going into Thursday.
And we talked a lot about that 9-point run against Kansas City, and I think the other part of that misses what Brooklyn Schramm. She doesn't get a lot of playing time, but she comes in a service specialist role, and obviously she did her job in that 5th set.
Oh, she was huge for us in that set, and actually throughout that match she did some really good things. And we have some people on our team that are very, very good servers, and kind of try to figure out what that best look is. And Brooklyn's done a great job of coming in and not only serving well, but now playing defense at a little bit of a high level, knowing what her role is. She can get people out of system with her serve, and even you look at it, that's 8 serves in a row that she had to not only get in aggressively but make, and she did a really good job with that. So I was really proud of her, and honestly I think she was, the thing that I was the most excited about is our team noticed how much she did for us, and it was a celebration kind of her for a little bit. And it's huge when we have people that can take their role, and even if it is a little bit smaller than what she would ultimately want while she's here, she is definitely capitalizing on it, and it's definitely helping us.
And once again, South Dakota will close out the 3-match and 5-day stretch after the St. Thomas match in the Pentagon on Thursday, hosting Western Illinois on Saturday morning and North Dakota on Monday evening. Saturday, obviously a rare volleyball, football doubleheader. How unique is that around here?
It doesn't happen a ton, and it actually doesn't happen a ton where we play first. When we have had some of those doubleheaders, we've been the second game of the day. Looking forward to bringing in not only obviously our normal crowd, but our alumni day, and being able to obviously play a good Western Illinois team, but then being able to go and cheer on the football team. And that's really what it is to be a student athlete, and I'm excited that our players get to be a part of that, and our alumni get to come back and be a part of both the volleyball and the football game. But we're looking forward to hopefully a good Coyote sports weekend.
And you've been listening to the Coyote Net Report with Coach Leanne Williamson.